Hello and welcome to today's topic. And today's topic will be dynamic links and deep links, which you can find over here. So I definitely recommend you everyone to watch the tutorial. There should be a tutorial for deep linking and also for dynamic links as well in FlutterFlow. But why I'm doing this right now is because I spent like the last 6 months, 6 months or something like that to actually find what is the best way to use deep linking and dynamic link for my app. And I just want to share my knowledge with all of you. My problem actually was that when I was sharing, because I am not Latin, I'm from Bulgaria originally, so not originally, but I am from Bulgaria. And we Bulgarians don't really use Latin, but we use Cyrillic. So I guess this is something that all non-Latin languages will suffer from. Also, languages such as languages that don't have all the original English alphabet letters. So I can give you an example. Actually, this is the Wikipedia version of Bulgarian. This is actually the Russian one, but it doesn't matter. I don't know why. It's always opening the Russian one. But let me just try open the Bulgarian one. And as I said, it doesn't really matter. It only matters that in the URL itself, you actually have non-Latin characters, as you can see over here. So this is a name, and obviously this name, it's not a Latin name, it's written in Cyrillic. So if I copy and paste this name over here, I will actually get you see those characters over here. Why I'm seeing those characters over here is because the URL is actually decoded. And in order to actually encode it, this is actually the original URL, and this is the so this is the encoded URL, and you need actually to decode it. Or vice versa, if you have this URL. And what is actually doing the FlutterFlow and almost all major platforms, or wherever you are sharing an URL, it's actually the URL it's getting decoded. So the user, when you share a dynamic link, because first, let me see. So when you share, so let me say what is the problem that I have. So when I share the dynamic link, I end up like a link that it's like 1,000 characters long. Like this link over here, for example. This link, it's actually a genius link that it's created from FlutterFlow. And what I end up is actually this huge link, and this is not the relevant information. And when you actually share this link, let me show you what you get. So I'm using this site. It's called HeyMeta. It's a site actually where you can check the meta of, for example, you can see over here this link that it's shared in a chat message, for example, and this is a link without any meta. So if you add a meta, like an image, a title, and a description, you can actually get all of those when you actually share the link. When you copy and paste the link in the chat, you get all this information. And recently, FlutterFlow actually added this information. So when you're creating a dynamic link, you can actually set this information. You can set the image, you can set the title, you can set the description, and in theory, this should work. If it's working for you, if you try it, if it's working for you, then great. For me, it was not working because, for example, if I paste the same link that is generated from FlutterFlow, which is the dynamic link, which, for example, I want to share, if I click it over here, it will not even load because the link it's decoded, it's encoded, sorry, and there is a lot of things inside here that are not the text. So so let me show you another example. If I go over here, this is a map. This is the maps of some good looking building over here. And if I click on share, and if I go over here and I copy and paste the same link, because this link is actually a dynamic link as well. What is the idea of the dynamic link? When you have a dynamic link, it's actually opening the page in the browser, or if you're opening this link from a mobile phone, it will open in the map and it will just show you the same location inside your mobile phone. This is the whole idea of dynamic links. And then when I actually share this link right now, you can see that I'm getting the image, I'm getting the title, and I'm getting some description. So I'm getting the review of the stars and what is the type of the building in my case. So this is a great information. It's super useful instead of just seeing the link, this is the link. So if someone see only this link, it will just say nothing to them, right? So this is what I was experienced when I was sharing my dynamic links using FlutterFlow. And let me show you one more thing. So when you're creating a dynamic link inside, as I said, inside FlutterFlow, I can just show you over here. First, you need to enable dynamic link, and then you need to actually say what is the URL of the dynamic link, and you can take it from here. I have no idea how I can copy and paste this, to be honest, but let's do it the old-fashioned dev way. Probably it's this link over here, and then you need to put it over here without the HTTP, of course. So it should be something like that. And you need to, as I said, you need to enable it. You need to put this link over here. I'm still getting some errors, probably because I have to auto-generate the files again after I enabled the dynamic links. So I don't have any errors right now. This is done. And then when I click over here, so let me just try and create some random dynamic link and just show you what I mean and what is the new information that was just added in FlutterFlow. So if I go over here, how do you actually manage to do a dynamic link? First of all, I would do it with this workflow, then click over here and then click on dynamic link. So generate current page link. And then here I have the title. So this will be like test, and this will be a preview image like image.png, and then description will be any description that you want. And then you can also generate the short dynamic link, which is something new actually. This is the first time I'm seeing this, which is not, it will not, I think it will not change and benefit you a lot. I'm not sure, but I have to check this and let you know. And then if you want to actually share this, because the whole idea is to have a share button, and if you have a share button, you can get it from variable and you can get it from I think it was the widget state and then current page. So this is how you actually create like a share button. So I can just name this share, and then I can put an icon over here, probably share icon, right? So I can put it like this icon over here, doesn't matter. And then this is actually how you share a page. So if I want to share this page with someone, this is how I can do it. Just click on that, and then it will open in the mobile phone. It will open the page. It will open the share option, and then you can share. You can copy the link and you can share directly to wherever you want to. And then when you actually have already generated dynamic link, so let me show you a dynamic link that I have already created. If you actually copy and paste this link in the browser, you actually see dynamic link not found. But if you actually do the same with the Google link, for example, you can copy and paste the Google link and open it from here. It is actually redirecting you to the right building, to the right place. It's opening the right thing. So this is how it's doing this in the browser, and this behavior will be in the browser. And if you actually open this from mobile phone, it will actually open you the same building with the same building selected, sorry, and it's actually the same behavior in the browser and the same behavior in web. But the problem using dynamic links, because FlutterFlow, it's actually using Firebase dynamic links, and the problem with the Firebase dynamic links is that you don't have any way of controlling the web view for whatever reason. So the web view will always open dynamic link not found, and then the short arrow, which is this one. And then if you developer of this app, enable the dynamic link domain is currently configured, and the path component of this arrow is valid. So this was my problem. I don't know if I'm doing the right way or not, but this was my problem. I even tried to actually create a link from here, and then I can just say, okay, this is my link. I want to go to this page, for example, and I want to say this will be settings of my page. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. And then this over here is actually the metadata. So if I want to say settings and the image, let me just put some random image, and this will be like settings of my app, for example. And I can create this link. And then when I create this link, I can copy it, of course, and then I can try to open it in the browser. And when I try to open it in the browser, it's just saying, it's just opening the page that is actually try to open. I think this behavior. It's because I'm actually not published this page. This is just a beta project inside Firebase. I didn't connect the two, so they're not working the way they supposed to, they intended to work. But yeah, my problem, as I said, my problem was that when I have a dynamic link not found, and when I share this link, because this is the link generated, as I said, from Firebase, and when I go, for example, in metadata, and I want to see, okay, what is the metadata? When this link is actually shared, what will be the metadata that the user will see? So you can see here that it's giving me an error. Please check if the address exists. The problem here is that this address actually doesn't exist. That's why you're getting this error. So when I'm sharing this link with someone, I'm only getting the link itself, and I don't get anything else. So that's why this is not working. And for me, and because when I share, this will actually not work. So how did I fix my problem? But before saying how I fix my problem, maybe I should say this in the beginning. But I just wanted to make sure and to clear what is my problem actually with deep linking and dynamic links. But let me briefly just say what is the difference between deep link and dynamic links. It seems that when you enable dynamic links, you can see that the video. So as I said, watch both of the videos. Watch both of the videos. I would just briefly say what are the difference. So the deep linking essentially is only the linking of the pages. So if you have, for example, I have home page, and if I have here, for example, I have settings over here, and then when I go to home, and this is the routing settings, and the route to this page is home. When I go to settings, the route to this page is settings. So deep linking is responsible only for the routing of the page and which page should be open when the route of the page is actually home or settings. It's actually very simple to think about it when you think about the web routing and web pages. So for example, project, you can imagine that this is one page of projects. If you have something else here like settings, it will be another page, and this will be the name of the route. So this is the name of the route. This is not the name of the page. This is the name of the route. So this could be like settings old, for example, and it will still work because this is the name. As I said, this is the name of the route. It's not the name of the page itself. But in the 99% of the time, both of those will be the same. So this from here, you can change the name of the page, and from here, you can change the name of the routing. But as I said, most of the time it will be the same thing. I don't know why you want to rename it some other way. But if you want to, you can do it this way. And then this is deep linking. This is deep linking. And dynamic linking is actually the ability to connect the link. So for example, in my case over here, it will be my app, and then the link will be my app, and then settings. And if you actually want to connect this my app settings to open with a dynamic link, so this link is generated, it's connected to this deep linking or the routing of the deep link. So the path to the deep linking, it's connected to the dynamic link. So when you share something, so in my example, in the home page, I have this share button. So when I'm sharing this, it's actually saying, okay, this is the path, this is the home path, and I'm actually sharing the home path, and I'm creating a link. I'm creating another link. Why we need another link? Why we don't use the same link? We don't use the same link because those are only eternal links. It doesn't matter to outside of your app what this link, it's not saying much information what this link means outside of your outside of your app. So that's why we need dynamic links. So this dynamic link is actually connecting. It's outside link, so it's, so to say, like online link or a link that you can actually share to the public. And this link is actually connected to the deep linking. And when you actually share this link, as I showed you before, how you can share it, this is the workflow. So when you share this link, you can see current page link. This is the dynamic link, as I said, but dynamic link is actually, as I said, dynamic link. It's connected to your deep linking. And then when you share this link, is actually when you open it, the whole idea of the dynamic link is when you open the dynamic link, it will actually look. If you actually have, if you're opening this from Android, it will open the the Play Store if you don't have the application, and it will ask you to install the application. And after you install the application, it will actually show you the page that you were. So if, for example, if you share the settings page, it will actually go and open the settings page from the dynamic link. So it's actually, as I said, if you don't have the app, it will just check, are you opening this from a web browser? Are you opening this from Android? Are you opening this from Apple? So it will just check, and then it will, if you're for example using Android, it will go to App Store. If you don't have the app, if you have the app, it will open this screen directly. But if you don't have the app, you will need to install it. So you install it, it will take you to the Play Store. You will install it, and then when you open it, it will also take you to this screen, which is actually amazing. It's pretty good, and it's pretty good when you have something like events or something like that. Like the app that I created was literally most of the app. It's just about events, so people can share the events. And then what I wanted to say is that, so I hope you get the idea how this works. There is another thing which is important. I don't think I will have the time to show it, but I'll briefly mention it. The whole idea is when you actually have an authentication. So when you enable this, I will not enable it because this is a brand new project and I need to set it up, and I haven't set it up. So, but when you enable this, you can actually go to the routing, and here inside the routing there will be a new option that you can say actually if this link needs authentication or not. And if it needs authentication, it will go back to the authentication screen so people can log in or register. And when they do, you will actually get back to this screen. This is the whole idea, to get back to this screen and then see this screen after they have authenticate themselves. So let me go back to the problem that I had and how I actually fixed it. Because as I said, when I share some link from my app right now, this is the page I'm getting. And when I share it to some apps, it doesn't really work. It's just showing the link. And in this case, it's, so to say, a nice link. But if you actually have, a link, something like that, because if you put the description and if you put also the name, and because it's not a Cyrillic name, it will just give you a bunch of characters. It's actually encoded link, but it just looks ugly, and it just the first part is that it just looks ugly, and the second part is just it's not opening. In reality, it's not opening. It will just show you like. And you can actually see, because this is the original link over here. As you can see, it's super long link. And when I actually hit enter, it's converting this to a very small link, which is fine. But it's if I try to open the metadata, if I try to see the metadata of this link, it will simply not work. Again, it will just give you an error that this link doesn't exist and this is not working. So as I said before, and I say it again, this was my whole problem. When I was sharing the links, this was not working for me. Sorry, I misclicked something. So let me show you how I fixed that. So let me first show you the final result. So this is the final result of my fixing. You can see right now the link is actually my own domain, and it's actually getting the event in the ID of the event, and it's actually showing this page, which page is actually looking ugly as well, but that doesn't matter because it matters the metadata. So the metadata is actually, you cannot see it over here, but it's actually hidden. So if I go over here and press HeyMeta and press this button, you can actually see the metadata. It's in Bulgarian, of course, but you can actually see the image, and you can see the title, and you can see my domain over here, and you can see a small description of the link that someone is sharing. So when I share this link to my social media, like messages or even internet, I'm actually getting this information from the metadata. The metadata is actually hidden over here. It's inside the description. It's OG title, OG description, OG image. This is the metadata, and actually I did it like that. So when it's open from when this link it's open from a browser, it's opening this link and just staying here. It's not going anywhere because I don't have a web version of my app right now. If I had a web version, I redirect them to the event directly. And as I said, I don't have a web version, so right now I'm just making users to land in this page, and they can choose actually if they want to download the Android or they want to download the iOS one app. And then if you actually open this website from Android, I'm not sure, probably not, it will not work from a browser, but if you actually open this web page from a browser, from Android or from iOS, it will actually note that it will actually send you, it will actually open the app and it will actually send you to the correct page. So what I'm doing is that I'm using my own page in my own server, and then I'm redirecting this to the dynamic link if the dynamic link is open from a mobile phone. Why I'm doing this, as I said, first of all, I will get the metadata like that, so it looks very beautiful, and it's showing your domain, first of all, and second of all, you have a full control of it, so you can it doesn't show errors anymore. So it was not like before. As I remember before, when I share the link, it will just give you this ugly page and without any metadata. But right now, if I share the link, I will get my domain, and I'll get from a computer, from a web version. It will just show you the buttons that you can click and download the app if you don't already have the app. But if you open this from, as I said, if you open this from a mobile phone, it will just open the apps and just open them to the page that it was shared. So this works. I tested like 1,000,000 times, so this is working. Unfortunately, I cannot show you because I'm recording from computer, but I can show you that this is working, but it is working. And let me show you how I did it. So this is the structure that I have. I'm creating the dynamic link as normal. In reality, I don't need all the information over here because, as I said, I'm not using this information. I'm not using the metadata from the dynamic link. And then my second step is to send the dynamic link, which is this part over here. It's the link, and I'm sending this to my backend. But I'm also, when I'm setting the link, I'm also actually decoding the URL. So decoding, it means that I'm converting this link to be link something like this, so it will be more readable. You don't need to do this, but I can do it, so I'm doing it. It's a very simple line of codes. You have the no safety check on the first line, the fourth line, and the sixth line is actually decoding the link. And then because the links can have spaces, so in this example over here, as you can see over here, I have space, and you cannot have a space in the link. So that's why I'm just getting all the text which is calling decoded, and I'm replacing it from a space to a dash. So, and this is the final result of the link. So if I try with this link over here, and if I click run, as you can see how ugly it looks like right now, but if I but this is the end result. And then I'm storing this link inside my server, and then in my database. And then when I'm done, I'm actually sharing. But what am I sharing? So I'm sharing actually a page which is on my own server. So I'm sharing a page which is on my own domain, and it's opening a page in my domain. It's not opening the dynamic link when someone share. No, it's opening a page inside my domain, inside my server. Sorry. And because I'm using PHP, this is actually the page that is opening. I will just go briefly to it because there is probably known code tools that you can do it. But because I'm a developer, it's easier for me to do it this way. But yeah, it's a very simple thing. First time checking if I have all the data. So in my case, if the data it's that I have, it's this. I need to have the link, I need to have the table, and I need to have the ID, because I'm actually I'm actually sharing events, people, and institutions. So I'm getting the event. So this is the data that I'm getting. So I'm getting the event title, I'm getting the event description, and I'm getting the event photo, or the people or the person description, image, and a photo, and the institution description, image, and a photo. And then when I get this, I'm actually getting also the dynamic link. So this is the part that I'm getting the dynamic link. And when I get the dynamic link, I'm also checking here if this page is actually opening from iPod or iPhone or iPad or Android, and if it's or web OS. And if it's actually open from one of those, I have a check over here at the end of the page. And if it's open from here, just redirect this page to the dynamic link. And the page itself, as I showed you before, it's actually, this is the metadata, and this is the title of my page. And this is actually the two buttons that I put inside the page. So that's all to it. I hope that this video was useful. As I said, I wanted my main idea was to actually show you how you can turn something from this to this, because when I was sharing, as I said, when I was sharing my links, they didn't look the way that I wanted them to look like. Because, as I said, if you share some link from Google Maps, this is the way how they look. And I'm expecting when someone shares something, this is how they this is what they should see. So I'm pretty happy with what I did. And yeah, I'll actually maybe if there is interest, me and Josh are working on a cloud functions and custom code. So if there is an interest, let me know, and we can actually try and build some cloud function. So using Firebase, using Crowley, using cloud functions, you should be able to actually do this for your own domain. But yeah, let me know, and I hope that was useful video to watch. Thanks and take care.